Hi all you beautiful friends. Yeah, I just felt inspired to make this video, just see what it is going to be like or for. And what I wanted to say, there's different things. The energy on the earth is just very, very, very powerful right now, and it can seem quite scary and difficult to really navigate in this. So I'll just share what I feel is I'm being told. And so first of all, it's really to stay strong and to be in your own light, to really stand strong in who you are. And I keep getting, there's no rush, just take it easy. And to be proud of that's maybe not the best term, just feel good about yourself, because for some of us there's a lot of, I mean, it's like in a way it is like a war between the light and the dark. And as they say, so often say, that the darkness is, it is always darkest before dawn, just before dawn. And that's just what I feel, that the dark forces are very, very strong, and they really have no power, but it can feel very intense. And it is a huge challenge to be in this right now, for many, many different reasons. And one is to simply, just the fact that you can stay calm in the storm is really, it is really only the master who can do that. So tell yourself, give yourself a pat on the back and tell yourself you're doing amazingly. And you might not be in the calm all the time, but just the fact that you can choose the calm, and that you can, you have the ability to stay in the calm, it is so powerful. And you are helping the earth, and every single being on this planet, especially humanity, because really all the rest of the earth is in the fifth dimension. They are already awakened. It's really only humanity that's dragging itself behind. And I really, really don't know if I mean, if we just knew what was going to, where this all was going to go, and exactly what was going to happen, everything would be in a way easier. But that of course it wouldn't be challenging, and it wouldn't be, well, you can't really do it, because we are creating this new world. But what I sense is that there is an enormous, in some people there is an enormous power within them. They will not let go of the darkness. They just will not let go. And they will have to let go one day. But to be near them, or to keep loving them, and to go on with your life, although maybe people you love really deeply and you wish to be connected with, they are holding on to the dark, and they will do anything it takes to hold on to it. They will not let it go. It can be really, really difficult. And yeah, and so it's just really to share with you that it can be a huge stressor, because and some of us have many around us who are desperately, or with every fibre in their muscle, holding on to what they knew, which is judgment and separation, non-love. Really, they don't see that, but it is not loving what they do, because they're holding on to the fear, and they're holding on to dividing the world into the good and the bad, and all this that's been going on for so many thousands of years. And really the only reason why they're doing it is because they don't know they don't dare to let go, because if they let go they feel they have nothing. And that is so scary. So it is like the woman who's beaten by her husband every day. I mean, she will keep holding on to it until the day that she awakens and she realizes that I didn't come to earth to be beaten every day. It's not good for me and it's not good for my husband. And the most loving thing I can do for all of us and for the entire planet is to leave it, to let go of it, because it's an untrue way of being. Because God didn't come to earth to be beaten every day. But because we are so addicted to safety, we have this saying in Denmark, hvad det hedder, trykkes, I think it's called safety addict, being a safety addict. So there's an enormous attempt from these people, and I don't know if they're going to stay there for thousands of years. I don't know. I really don't know. But you just wish they would let go. And so another thing I got was what is happening on the earth right now is that love is anything that is not love is going to go. It's going to disappear from the earth, because the earth is love. She has awakened. She is she is really new earth. And so she's like a dog shaking off the fleas or scratching off the fleas. She's gonna scratch off everything that is not love. And to be in the old way is not to be love. It's to be safe. You feel you're safe, but you are not in love. You are not working with the energy of love, which is the energy of God, which is the energy of freedom, which is the energy of light, and creating the new. You are not. So everything that is not of love will go, and I don't know how, but it's going to go. And so it's like this merry-go-round that's everyone who is of love has gone into the core. That's a nice little simple image. When you go into the light, when you go into your true self, you go into the core, you go into the center of the merry-go-round, and you stand really. It's really. You don't even feel it swirling around very much, because you're in the center. And the people who are still in the dark, they're holding on desperately, but they're going to get thrown off if they don't start moving into the center. So just the fact that you have taken this hard, rocky, very difficult path of holding the light strong and entering into the kingdom of God within you is an enormous achievement. So if there's nothing else or if you feel there's really nothing you can do for anyone or anything, and that you feel you're not doing enough, I'm just here to tell you that you have done all you need to do, because you're holding the light, and this is what the earth needs. So what else did I get? The fact that we who are light workers, we are just a little bit ahead of others, but really we're all light workers. There's no one who's more special than others, because everything and everyone is God. Because God is omnipresent. It's the body of God that we all are, and we all have our soul mission and soul growth. And some people, as I've said before, they will stay in that old way of being because they need it, and even though we love them dearly and wish to be connected with them, we have to let them go, and accept the path they have chosen. And it was another thing that we who are light workers all have different jobs, and some light workers are really, they don't really maybe even know they're light workers, and they're all they're doing is just pottering around, doing their thing, going to work every day, and they're just holding the light. And by now they would know that they are light workers. So because you become aware that you're here to do a job, and some are here to inspire others to change, and some are, we're all on in different areas of life. Some are here to maybe look after a sick person the most of their lives, and be in that role. Some are meant to be in the very busy areas where there's lots going on, and they have the stamina and all the strength that they need to be there. And I just feel it with myself that I wish I could do everything. But God is really telling me that you didn't come to do everything, and your job here is in one area, and to love that too, and to know that where you can't be active, there will be other light workers doing that job. Yeah. It's very, very intense right now, and they've been speaking about this, that this Easter period is very, very intense, and yeah. So tell yourself that you are magnificent, and you've done all the hard work. Otherwise, you wouldn't be seeing this video. You've really done what you need to do, and rest now, relax. That's another big thing we're getting. This has been so exhausting, to bring in all this light, to anchor in all this light. It's exhausting. It's utterly exhausting. So take time to rest. Take time to relax. Take time to enjoy, and feel good about you. Just feel good about you. And although I keep saying we're God in human form, it's very, very hard to really wrap our minds around and really understand, and we probably never will completely understand it. But when you hear it, just immediately you think, well, that makes me perfect. Well, you're not meant to be perfect. You are God in human form in a growth process. So there's always more growth there for you. There's more for you to learn, so that way you will never be perfect, because nothing really is perfect on the earth. So to stop, to really allow ourselves to be in this imperfection and in this growth, and just be really, really kind to ourselves, and know that although it doesn't seem very active what we're doing, just holding the light is the greatest thing you can do. And I was just reminded of the words of Jesus, which some say that the Bible has been completely, everything has been completely distorted, and that the messages that Jesus came to bring are not in the Bible. But I feel they are in the Bible. The pure message is still there, and one is to shine your light. You didn't come here to be this light and to be covered by this box or this bucket or whatever. Just cover up your light. You came here to go up onto the mountain and shine your light, not to outshine the others, because you'll never be able to do that. But he wants each and every one of us to realize that we are the light, and we came to shine the light, and we have to bring it up, bring it out. And that means that there are things you have to let go of, people you have to let go of, situations you have to let go of and just leave behind, which you're not really doing, because when you go up and shine your light, you're actually shining the light for them. So he's really not, Jesus is really not saying, although he's saying every time you help a little starving child or whatever it is, you've helped all of mankind. But his message is not to go down on these lower levels and stay there all your life. It's understanding that whatever light is you bring, you must let it shine. And if that means being in these lower layers and you feel you're shining your light there, that's right for you. But if it means something else, you must do it. You must get the sense that your light is not held back by anything. So whatever you're doing in your life, your light shines, which of course means you feel wonderful. And he talks about your body being in the light. Allow yourself to be the light, and even your body be the light. And then you bring the light. And the story about how he goes through the village and he says to people, "Come with me." And there's this man saying, "Well, I can't come because I have to bury my father. He's died and I have to go to the funeral." And Jesus says, he doesn't say, "Well, okay, do that and you can come tomorrow." He says, "No, leave it. Come now." And it is very, very against really the human nature, where we take care of each other and we make sure we bury our dead and we do all these things. But he's really saying, leave it. And he says, let the dead, let the dying, let the dead die with the dead, or be with the dead. It is very, very dramatic, really. Just leave it be. Leave them be and come with me. He says that, and I can see that in the time we're in right now. That's what he's asking us to do. And he could also have said, trust that they are in the hands of God, which he really did say too. Everything is in the hands of God, and their day will come when they leave the death, they leave the way of the dying, and they come into the light and realize that they are the light. Their day will come, but you can't control that, and you must shine your light. You must not hold that light back, because that is not the way you help them. So it's so powerful. So yeah, just a little message to say that you are the light, and you are beautiful, and you are precious, and feel good about being you. No matter what you're doing or not doing, just feel good about being you. So, just a little thing. Take care, my friend. See you.